to win this one after the last couple. Is that things even out, or were there even lessons learned that led to this?
There were lessons learned for sure. The execution down the stretch was better. The attention to detail was better. Defensively I thought we were good, but I think we learned from the film sessions and the experience of the last couple games down the stretch. We made plays that were necessary on both ends of the floor.
You talked about poise the other night, especially after the call with Smart, and to come right back down and get a basket. Just how important was that, and how much growth have you seen in that department?
Yeah, a lot in 48 hours. But the way that it was going, as far as some of the fouls and some of the plays that usually we just go crazy over, we stayed together and stayed in the moment and stayed poised. Those moments didn't freak us out quite as much tonight.
Coach, going small was always a tool when you're in the toolbox, but why was it that Jabari was able to be the X factor tonight, just being in the five? Yeah,
well, it's funny because he was the five, but he guarded Tatum, so for the game that he had where he was 24 and 12 and guarded Tatum and did a good job on him was great. And we had just different guys on the five-man, whether it was KJ or Tari or JT, and our switchability helped us tonight. We were able to kind of stay body on body and not help as much, and when we don't have to help quite as much, we're a better defensive team, so it was good.
When you have a game like this where the guys do what they're supposed to and keep their poise late down the stretch, especially against a good team, is it kind of a peek into what this team could be in the future? It
is. I mean, we're a work in progress, right? But when we understand the moment, it's gratifying as a coach for sure, because we're constantly teaching them, but they need to feel it. And as much as we can watch film and as much as we can talk about it, as much as we can write it on the board, there's no better teaching method than going through it and finding some success at the end of it like we did tonight.
Jalen had the big first quarter, 16 points. What did you see kind of going on for him as the game went along, and how did you like his kind of composure, especially in those moments at the end where Kevin was out for that brief bit of time? Yeah.
He stayed in the game. He shot 29 shots, and I don't think too many of them were bad shots. I thought he's just played the game as it came to him, was getting downhill. He had the one possession, I think it's 29, because he had the one possession where he had like 4 shots on the same possession. But down the stretch, when we ran the catch and shoot for him where he shot faked, and then they ran the high pick and roll and he came off and made the mid-range shot, that was textbook end of game execution, and we needed that.
Coach, I know it's starting to sound like a broken record, but this is actually a good thing with Jabari Smith and the way that he's playing these last couple of games.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the way he has bounced back from his rookie wall that he hit a little bit earlier and stayed with it and is finding confidence. I think everybody in the building sees the confidence that he has now on both ends of the floor, and he's not hesitating shooting the basketball. Before he was shot faking and driving or turning down shots, and he's not turning them down anymore. He's 5 for 6. I think he made his first 5 tonight, so that was good. And then the other good part was Scoot's 13 assists and 1 turnover. I mean, that's like some big-time progress.
Coach, you talked a lot about Jabari, Jalen, and KP. But what about the other guys who stepped up, like KJ Martin and Usman Garuba?
Yeah, it was a team win. It was a good team win. KJ just eats minutes up. I mean, I look at the score sheet or the stat sheet at the end, and he's always in the 30s somewhere. And tonight he was almost at 40. He just is so consistent throughout the time, and Uz is threes were huge. Like, they were starting to come back a little bit. And those 2 threes that he made while Jabari was at the scorer's table were really big. And I think he's made like his last 7 threes in a row, knock on wood. But he, he's on the offensive glass. He brings energy, and then adding that shooting piece, especially timely ones like he made tonight, but he also did in the Milwaukee game. Really good. Really good. And then JT does a little bit of everything. He's all over the place. He played point guard for us. He played center for us tonight. He was a screener. He was a spot-up guy. He was defending, the 5-man. He was defending Brown and Tatum. He just does whatever is asked of him, he does. And he does it to the best of his ability, which is good for us.
Aside from Jabari shooting just defensively on Tatum tonight, DeRozan the other night, is he starting to figure out how to be a high-level, one-on-one defender in this league right now?
I mean, I hope so. It's with guys like that, it's a hard job, and I don't know if you ever really figure it out. But paying attention to their tendencies, making it hard on them, making it to where they feel you, making it where he's using his quickness and his length. Especially on that last play where they had Tatum in the backcourt and he was matched up with them. They tried to get it to him on the little flip back, and Jabari was right with them and contested it at the rim. I mean, it was make or miss at that point, but Jabari's will to be a good defender, but also the tools that he has were good.
There was a play in the end of the first half where Jalen was trapped. He got off the ball, got it back, and then he was able to finish in 2 seconds. Just seeing him process things quicker, is that what you wanted to see from year 1 to year 2?
Yeah, definitely. There's the attention that he's getting with the double teams, and there's games where he's good with it and games where he could be better with it. I think early in the game, some of our turnovers were getting downhill and just looping the passes into the paint, and we had more intention and knowing that the Celtics are a good defensive team and they're going to put a lot of pressure on us, so we have to be consistent with our passes and meeting passes and making the right plays. So yeah, we just want Jalen to make the right plays, and he generally does that.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Thank you.